Hey guys, how's it going? ItZMuRdA here with the patch note overview for what is definitely the biggest patch of the year so far and potentially one of the biggest of all time. Not in terms of even long patch notes or anything like that, but the fact that we've got the first brand new content in forever. Hossin's been in development for 2+ years now, pretty much as long as everything else has been in the game, but it is finally here. And while it's not 100% done, it is playable. You have full access to the entire continent, and it's awesome. So, or awesome, whatever. Anyway, patch note overview. We're gonna go over it. I'm gonna show some corresponding stuff in game as well while we're going over it. And I also want to point your attention to two posts. One by RadarX, a news post that was made earlier today, just kind of going over the 5 main features of the patch: Hossin, continent locking, alpha recruiting, alpha decals, and alpha space capture, which I'm going to go into more detail on as well. I just wanted to, kind of, this is like the TLDR of the patch notes, if you will, to kind of get you an idea of what's new and what you should know, and I will put all of these links in the description below. The other one being the complete opposite of the TLDR, post that Higby made a little while back, last week, on what to expect in this patch, and I'd say 95% plus of it is still relevant. Goes into a bit of the explanation behind where Hossin is at. Him saying about 50% of the bases are done to the point that they're completely satisfied with the quality of level design and visuals. 20% are first pass, and 20% are pretty much staging areas or placeholders of other things that they know work, but things that they still want to redo for Hossin. So I will link both of those if you want to check out some more information, but let's get through the notes, I guess. They did this kind of interesting lore piece, if you will, Deputy Director's Journal, for the patch notes, which I think is pretty cool. There's a handful of people I know that are really interested in stuff like that, so that's a cool bone to toss our way. But as far as the actual note, as I said, they're calling it an early expedition, early release, a beta of sorts for Hossin. But it is still a brand new continent with over 80 new bases in a new biome as well, the whole swamp marsh land sort of feel, as opposed to the ones that we have existing, like the grassland, the snowy environment, and the desert environment on the other 3 continents. But to hop back into game for a few here, we are on Hossin at the moment on the live servers, and I did a flyby overview video for Hossin like forever ago. I also did one for the Interlink facility, which, just so you know, is not live at the moment. Interlink facilities will come at a later date. Hossin is live in and of itself. Hurricane used to be the Interlink facility, now it's just an AM station, assuming that'll get retrofitted along with the other bases as well for other continents when they go back and add Interlink facilities at a later date. Really excited about the Interlink facilities, so that's something else to look forward to. Anyway, this is the Hossin map. You can see the new exclamation point mark for where your current mission is at too. That also changed as far as UI changes for today. I'll go over some of the outfit stuff later, but this is the Hossin map at the moment on Emerald at the time of this video, and it's pretty large. I like the design where it's not so much a square. You've got the warp gates in a triangle form, and there's a lot of territory to cover here. It would be a 2-hour-long video if I went and did a flyby for all of the bases, and at this point, when it's on live servers already, I don't really think that's a good use of time, neither yours nor mine. So what I will do is just fly by a bit. Notice, and this is on my medium graphics setting, so it may change depending on what yours are, but notice how foggy it is, just as part of the biome itself. I tested from my normal 1,000 render distance up to 6,000, and it more or less looks the same, because you're getting cut off at probably about a 1,500 meter render distance, at least depending on time of day and whatever's going on in the environment at that point in time. Changing my slider hardly made a difference. Maybe I could see some treetops a little bit further in the distance. So that's something that we'll get used to. I'm sure it'll look different on your computer depending on your graphic settings, your brightness, and so on and so forth. But that's definitely the unique flavor of the continent. Hop in a observer cam real quick. We are currently at the NC warp gate, which is currently the northern, rather northwestern warp gate. like I said, I'm not gonna go. I'll kind of fly in super speed here, just through. Heck, I could even take a lattice link. This is actually one of the bases adjacent to this warp gate, but. Like I said, I don't want to just spend hours going to every single base. I do want to hit up the revised Nascent's Defiance and the dam, just to kind of give you an idea of what this continent is looking like. Lots of changes in altitude. I really dig that. Lots of really large trees for cover. You can get a better idea in here of what it looks like, even relative to the biolab and the surrounding areas and the trees and whatnot. If I guess they didn't ultimately end up going with the ACAN that had the bases inside the lab itself, but that was pretty cool actually. But anyway, never mind me. Nonetheless, the level design, as you've seen on the work in progress streams and so on and so forth, has been a massive undertaking. So props to all of the guys involved in that. But just to give you an idea of kind of the theme of the continent here. Kind of going through it. Some really new things that you may have not seen before, like this blown out bridge is actually with multiple levels here. Pretty awesome structures and whatnot, as well as the new assets, trees, rocks, flora, and so on and so forth that are befitting to the continent. Things that you're not going to see just copy and pasted from another continent per se, because they don't really fit the biome. Anyway, I'm at one of the more unique bases at the moment, our dam base, and it hasn't changed too much, I don't think, from its original implementation way back when. You've got our spawns and our teleporter room over there. This is all bad news bears. You don't want to actually hop into this. It'll insta kill you. Acid or sludge of some sort that is not fit for human ingestion, or even just playing in. The A point in the middle there, pretty unique base. I always thought one of my favorite ones of the new continent, and you can even see kind of just the approach from the dam up to Nascent's Defiance, and kind of what you deal with as far as the marsh and the swamp and the general just outcroppings of the environment. Brings you back more to PlanetSide 1 style environment, I would think. At least it does for me. Lots of different points of cover, changing altitudes, lots of things to hide behind, be it as an infantry or otherwise, even as an aircraft ducking into the trees and whatnot. So Hossin was one of my favorite bases of PlanetSide 1, and it definitely brings me back a bunch of great memories. Nascent's Defiance, if you remember early on, was a really fortified tower base. It has changed drastically. I really like the old base, but the new base design is actually quite nice as well. This kind of fort of sorts outlining the inner perimeter here stayed the same, but instead of having the tower in the center, we've got some additional buildings and so on and so forth. You'll also notice, and again, I'm not trying to do a full-on preview because it would take too long. The level design is awesome. We've got things underground, we've got treetop bases, and so on and so forth. Just really some cool stuff, and I don't want to do a disservice to it. I don't know if Hunter's Blind is still our treetop base. I think that was the name of it. I'll head on down there. But really quick, I just wanted to point out those placeholder bases, if you will, or the ones that are not done. You'll notice some kind of generic names such as Construction Site Lambda and Construction Site Alpha and Construction Site Epsilon and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure those are the ones that Higby was referring to as not really being done yet. They're kind of bases and designs that they know work that are kind of copy-pasted. You can even see in the map overlay that these are basically all three of the same major base designs at the construction sites, just to provide the flow of battle still at the moment, but they're going to be replaced and redone in due time. But they didn't want to have us waiting another 3 months to receive Hossin, and I agree with them. I think it's in working order. I think it's awesome, and they'll keep adding on to it every couple of weeks, so that's good news. Real quick, just to get another taste of one of the other really unique bases, if my memory doesn't fail me. Hunter's Blind is kind of takes a really new angle to a base, which is so appropriate for Hossin, having a treetop battle in here, if you will. Kind of like taking Vanu Archives to the next level. You know, here's your spawn room. The base is up here. I apologize for my voice too. People have been sick at work. I hope to hell I'm not catching it, but just can't seem to shake the scratchy throat today. So probably even better, because I wouldn't be able to talk if this was a normal flyby preview of every single base. But anyway, there's your A point. Really kind of cool. Still multi-dimensional, and you know, playing to all of the different axes of the base, the verticality of it. Even though it's up in the treetops, you've still got pretty cool areas for light assaults, for sniping, for, you know, just kind of your normal infantry combat if you're down here as a grunt, as a heavy assault, or medic or engineer or otherwise. I think the space would make for some really exciting fights. You're completely cut off from the tank battles, which I love. I think it's necessary to have that sometime. I don't even know that there's a good hill for them to sit up and camp from. You know, I'm sure people will find a way to be at this hill or something ridiculous, and, you know, somehow killing everybody at that base. But I think it's a really cool base. I haven't actually got to fight at it yet in any sort of real fashion on live server, or even on a large battle on the PTS server. So I'm really looking forward to it. But that's kind of the quick and dirty of Hossin at the moment. I didn't want to just, you know, dive into it, like I said, for such a long amount of time. It's on live servers right now. Go and check it out. Really, really awesome stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll be playing quite a bit over at ItZMuRdA.com in any spare time that I have, and trying to spend it on Hossin as much as possible. And I hope you guys will as well, and that we don't all just revert to Indar. But that brings me to the next patch note, which is probably my favorite part of the patch, even with Hossin in it, continent locking, and we've kind of got the first phase of continent locking in this patch. Basically, as it sounds, continents can now be locked to a conquering empire in one of two ways: either dominating the continent like you used to in order to get a benefit from it by owning at least 94% of the territory, or by winning an alert on that continent. As such, the existing alerts have been removed that are global, so it's only continent-specific alerts right now. And these are just two of the ways that you can do this at the moment for Phase 1, but there's going to be additional interactions, and Higby goes on to talk about that more in his post, with later phases of the continent locking system, eventually, you know, spawning home continents and interaction between, you know, the intercontinental lattice and things like that, as well as additional ways to lock them, and so on and so forth. But what is a continent lock? It's kind of like a glorified control of a continent, if you're familiar with how that's worked over the past year and a half. So if you do lock a continent, it literally means that you capture everything on the continent automatically, and everybody has to redeploy to another continent, and nobody can access the continent while it's locked, not even the people or the empire who owns it. Only, you know, 2 continents at this point in time can be locked at any one given time, so 2 are always going to be available for play, which is where I was saying, you know, not only for Indar's sake, I mean, I think this is a really cool system that kind of plays off a pretty large system from PlanetSide 1 days, but I'm happy when Indar is just completely not even a choice for battle at the moment. I don't know what it is, but I don't think I'm alone on that one. Anyway, whenever a continent is locked, the oldest existing continent will automatically unlock, to kind of make sure, you know, that, you know, you don't have 3 continents locked and only one can be fought on, so, you know, the oldest one will unlock. And a continent benefit for control that you've previously had, like 10% off of resource purchases, is now only given to you, the locking faction, when it's locked. With that said, though, they've increased like 5-fold, so Emmerich, Esamir, and Indar give 50% off of your resource purchases, up from 10%, which is a whopping difference to be able to pull things or purchase things twice as often, or you know, half as expensive. Also note that they swapped the Indar and Emmerich benefits. Yet another reason to maybe get people off Indar a little bit, to give Emmerich the perk for infantry resources, to get your half-price grenades and medkits and C4 and tank mines and all the rest. And BB wants to be in this video too. And Anyway, she's fine. She just wants attention. The new Hossin benefit is actually 25% EXP, so that's pretty cool as well. Yet another reason for, if you own that continent, you get 25% bonus EXP all the time, which I think is a really cool thing to have, for what that's worth. So it's actually meaningful benefits. A lot of times the 10% off didn't really feel like a whole lot. It was hardly noticeable, especially in some respects. But anyway, as I had said, the global alerts have been removed. And also, when a continent is unlocked, the warp gates will rotate, and the territory will be reset to like a default starting config. If you're familiar with competitive, and competitive PlanetSide 2, it kind of goes hand in hand, where you start off on the same foot, so that you don't unlock it and you still own 100% of the bases. I mean, that's not really fair to the other empires. Warp gates are no longer going to rotate on a bi-weekly basis, and now it's exclusively on the continent locking that will trigger that. So, to give you a feel for what that looks like, my favorite continent to be locked is currently locked. You know that by the fact that it has the VS ownership on it. Also, if you click on it, it says the continent has been conquered by the VS at the moment. They get 50% off aircraft purchases, and this is when it happened. So that's a few hours ago from the filming of this, or recording of this video. What I don't know is, at the moment, if one of these continents gets locked, that is unlocked, if it will automatically unlock Indar, or if it'll have to lock a second continent, and then when the third continent gets locked, if that's when Indar unlocks. That's something that I just haven't played enough to know yet. I know they said a maximum of 2, but I'm not sure if it requires 2 for the first one to unlock, or if it can unlock just depending on how long it's been since it's been locked, or something along those lines. So any sort of clarity that anybody has, feel free to include that in the comments. But this is what it looks like. It's real simple. You can't access it. They get their perks, and it focuses the fights elsewhere, which now with 4 continents and some larger populations due to people returning for the patch, as well as the Emerald merge, I'm very much a fan of that, and hopefully it'll keep people on Hossin quite frequently, vying to get their 25% bonus EXP. Moving along from that, there's a lot of really cool new tools for outfit leaders, outfit members, and people looking for an outfit that are not in one alike. I think Higby said that about half of the player base chooses not to, for one reason or another, join an outfit, and it's probably, I would guess, mostly due to the fact that it's not exactly, or hasn't been, the easiest to just find one. You didn't maybe have to go and just join public platoons randomly and eventually, build some camaraderie with an outfit, or go to forums outside of the game or something like that. And the new system is really simple, but also really, really great for outfit leaders as well as folks looking for an outfit alike. So outfit recruiting, the first part of the system, is allows you to list your outfit as a leader. As well as manage recruitment, allow people to apply to the outfit in-game, give a little blurb about what you're about, what you specialize in, what type of roles within the game, be it infantry or tanks, or so on and so forth, as well as a place to view all recruiting outfits. Currently it's set to show all outfits regardless of server, but that's scheduled to be fixed in a hotfix tomorrow morning, by the way. Likewise, in that same interface, since I'll show you at the same time, there are now outfit decals. They plan on allowing custom decals in the future, so that if you have an outfit logo or something, you can actually put that as your outfit decal to be then worn on your character's shoulder or your vehicles, just like you would a normal decal. Currently, the support for custom decals isn't there, but right now it picks from the generic decals that the outfit leader has access to, and you equip it just like a normal decal. You don't have to own the decal yourself, but if your outfit leader owns it and selects it for your outfit, then you can equip your outfit decal accordingly. I can show you a few of those things in the outfit panel under the social tab. First, I guess the decal, since we were just talking about it, on this character, I'm the outfit leader of this outfit, and here's your decal button. You can go in there and hit edit, and you have access to these decals at the moment. Keep in mind that it's the ones that you can purchase for station cash, with the exception of Team Cola and Team Rum, as I actually have a lot of decals, and I'm assuming this was intended from other things such as Alpha Squad, recruit rewards, limited time promotions, beta, and so on and so forth, that are not usable, unfortunately, because if you have some that are kind of rare, it would be kind of cool to share that with your entire outfit. But I understand the reasoning behind that. So it's kind of the widely available decals currently, but the fact that you can do custom decals in the future is going to be really, really awesome. And then you would just equip it, from that screen like you would anything. And I'm not sure if it's actually a outfit decal that you will equip, or if it's if you just essentially have access to it. But anyway, that's how that works for the time being. Again, first phase of that system. Really looking forward to the custom decals. As far as the recruitment, if you're not an outfit, or even if you are, you can go to the outfit browser and you can actually filter by name, by spec, this is what I was saying before, by classification, and then you can search through them, next page, and so on and so forth. Phoenix Battalion happens to be the first one that pops up. This is their description, this is how many members they have, their specialization, and their classification, and you can actually even join directly from here if the given outfit allows that. I'm assuming I'm in an outfit now, so that's why it's not. Or if they don't, you can put in an application, at which point if you're an outfit leader, you can go to Manage Recruitment, and your applicants will show up here. You can approve, deny, you can send them a tell, talk to them a little bit more. And this is also the screen you want to be in to fill out that quick description, your spec, your classification, whether or not you want instant join available, as well as the title for how you'd like to be listed. So really, really simple, really straightforward, really intuitive UI there, but I think it instantly brings a ton more quality of life, flexibility, convenience to both outfit leaders and officers alike, as well as new players that just want to find a group to learn with and to have fun with and hop on and talk to. So I really think that's going to be a huge success, that feature, and especially as it grows. The other outfit related item is outfit base capture. When your outfit captures a base, your outfit's decal, going hand in hand with the decals, will displayed on the faction banners at the base, on the scoreboard, and on the map. The outfit is recognized as being the captors by being the highest scoring outfit during the base's capture. For now, it's cumulative score of the outfit members that participated in the base capture, kind of like your scoreboard. So yeah, if you throw 200 people at a base, chances are, even if they only did a little bit each, you're going to do better than the outfit that had 10 people trying really, really hard. And that rubs me a little bit the wrong way, because I don't think you necessarily want to just clearly reward quantity over quality, if you will, for lack of a better way of putting it. But they did say for now, so I'm assuming that they intend to fine-tune that scoring mechanism so that it's not just outfits with thousands of members that are always getting credit for capturing these bases, if you will, and that people who really do put in a lot of effort with even just a platoon or a squad or two have their chance at being in the spotlight as well. Just so that you can see what that looks like on the map here, you can see VG has captured these two. If you look over on the right hand side under the outfit, it shows the decal, how long the base has been held, and the outfit, the predominant outfit capturing it, for what that's worth. If I'm near, Vital hasn't been capped yet, neither has a can. I was just going to say, you can see Higby's Hero is part of the problem, so on and so forth. That's what the map looks like. I wanted to kind of show you at a base a little bit more of what the actual physical display looks like. And this is really going to come in handy when you have custom decals and okay, that's Future Crew, okay, that's whomever who captured that base, and it's not just, it's one of these generic decals, and you don't know just by looking at it who necessarily it is that's captured it. The banner, whoa, this is what I was talking about. So here's the TR banner for TR owning the base, and then there's the decal. So that's actually really cool, especially, like I said, when it becomes a custom logo and you can just immediately identify with an outfit based on that alone and not having to actually look at the map or otherwise and read the name. So yet another awesome feature for outfit recognition, which is something that I think we can always definitely use. Outfit and player recognition drives competitive scenes for sure, so as we've seen in many other games. That's pretty much the bulk of the notes. Really quickly, there's some miscellaneous as well as bug fixes. I don't think there's really anything too major in here. They added a lattice link between TI alloys and series hydroponics on Indar. They added a little bit more of a tooltip, some information on the medical applicator description, now showing that you can heal and revive with left click and right click respectively, as opposed to people wondering why the hell can't I revive if they came back to the patch, last patch, and didn't read those notes. They also, this was something that was a little bit frustrating, adjusted the ranges of enter vehicle and equipment terminal interactions on the Sunder when it's deployed, so that you weren't accidentally using the terminal if you tried to get in, or you weren't accidentally getting in the vehicle if you were trying to use the terminal. That's happened to me a bunch of times, so that's probably a good quality of life change there. They fixed a handful of desync issues for multiple situations, as well as just focus issues with chat, with thermals for the duster, for whoever uses that, camo scaling, Liberator belly weapons descriptions being updated for the recent changes, fixing just some erroneous stuff that was in there, camo applying correctly to tank attachments, kills caused by explosions no longer granting double experience, no longer skipping reload animations, shaking when throwing the ammo package, and an issue where tank reverse speed would change, reverse turning speed would change when toggling the invert reverse steering tanks option in the game settings. That's actually a really useful option that Arctorn turned me on to a while ago, and it was kind of like, it was just before I had flicked that on, my brain was not computing properly when I was driving a tank, and I realized that's why. I was used to the steering, reverse steering of like a Flash and a Harasser and so forth, and when I got into Lightning, it just like, I would just like back into things because I thought I was going a different direction. So that was kind of like invert flying, and I'll just fly into the ground if I have that turned off. It's kind of the same feel. You're just... Anyway, but I digress. Those are the patch notes. I think we kept it under 30 minutes, so that's awesome. It really would have been hours long if we went over all of Hossin. I apologize for not doing so. You can check out some of the previous videos that go into more depth about both the Hossin bases at the time, many months back, many of which are still very similar, but some of which have changed or are not in yet, especially the Interlink facility. But that's it for now. All of these links are in the description as promised, and thank you guys so much. Let me know what you are enjoying most, what you're looking forward to. A lot of these are kind of like early versions or first phases of these systems, and they will be expanding over time. So let me know what you guys think. I will see you over at ItZMuRdA.com for the live stream over there, and enjoy the patch. We'll see you on Hossin, guys. Take care.